All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to episode 49 of the 10 Cents Podcast. I'm your host this week, Brian. And let's get things started with a quick roll call and see who's joining me this fine Sunday morning. All right, let's get things going. Eddie P.
What up? Eddie P joining on this fine Sunday morning, just like you said, 10 cents.
Bars.
It's already started.
Bars.
And let's go with his brother, Renee.
Morning, podcast viewers. Here again from Paris, California. Look forward to knocking this one out.
All right. Mick.
All right, D-Voice.
Morning, everybody. I had a couple of things in mind in the 11th hour with 8 of us joining it. I feel like 8 is enough. So you got Mick Van Patten today. Mick Van Patten.
Wow. Wow. That's blast from the past right there. All right, Luda.
What up, podcast viewers, podcast land? This is Luda coming at you with the crew because this is how we do when we do what we do. Let's do it.
All right, the man who is normally hosting, Rick.
Yo, what's happening? Y'all know what it is. It's boy Rick Rob. And what a fucking week this has been, right? Man, DMX, shout out to DMX, man. I still can't believe that that's real. It's WrestleMania week. That's on the bright side. My son and I have had a good time. I know a lot of y'all like, what is he wearing? I'm wearing the Fiend shirt today because that's what we do when it's WrestleMania time. Shout out to Bianca Belair last night for doing her thing, man. But yo, glad to be on, man. Glad to see you gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Ready for a good one. Let's get it.
All right. Bobo.
What's up, podcast land? How you doing? This is Bobo from SoCal. Loving the weather this week. It's great. Got to go to the pool. Trying to work on my tan.
So glad to have you, Bobo.
And our boy
Thanks,
Kenny
Rick
Hands
Rob.
Representing them Dodgers. What's happening?
Whoop. Because our other boy coach ain't here, because Bob, I got to give you a shout out from Menifee.
Menifee.
It's your boy KD, still throwing up his dub on the West Coast, coming straight out of Cheatham Hills this week. Welcome and what's up for everybody out there listening.
All right. Here we go, man. Yeah, we're going to start off a little somber here. Rest in peace to DMX, Mr. Earl Simmons.
Earl Simmons, the guy.
Yeah. Sad to hear of his passing, obviously. And like always, way too young. So anyways, anybody want to say something?
Yeah.
Real quick, what's your favorite DMX song?
Feel free.
Everyone.
Real quick, it's probably Stop Being Greedy.
Stop being greedy.
That gets me hyped every time. I know what the consensus will probably be, the Rough Riders Anthem, the remix, but
I like What's My Name?
What's My Name?
What's My Name's a good one too.
Yeah.
Sure.
I do like the Rough Riders anthem though.
Yeah,
Nah, it's a banger. I mean, yeah. If it's not part of your get up, you know what I'm saying, get active playlist, man. You ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
I just go ahead.
DMX guy, but he does have a lot of songs I like, but I like that song Slippin'.
Slipping.
I think that's what it's called, right?
Can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
I don't know. He's talking about
You sing a
other
little
stuff
verse
there.
for us, Eddie P.
Real life. About struggling.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to add real quick, man. Like I know we talked about his addiction, the unfortunate infliction that he had, and it's obviously, it's the one that took him out, man. I think, as I thought about like kind of how, or the details of how everything went down, I was like, yo, why didn't you have the right people in your circle, right? I feel like at the end of the day, it's always about having the right people in your circle. And unfortunately, DMX had a lot of good people in his circle, a lot of good people around him. Unfortunately, at the end, it sounds like if the reports are true, he didn't have the right people around him. And unfortunately, that cost him his life, which sucks, man, because, like DMX, he was very integral in my high school, times. We grew up on him, listening to him, Jay-Z and Ja Rule, aka Murder Inc. We listened to a lot of bootleg stuff. You know what I'm saying? DMX was the dog for real. And my son even loves him. I mean, on his playlist, he's got a playlist called Tyson's Jams. Number 3 on his list is Party Up. You know what I'm saying? The Y'all Go Home Baby. I don't necessarily love that song, but he gets hyped. So it's like, it's a shame to see, brothers like that go, man. He was just such a good dude, a good soul, a real dude. RIP, man. Your memory will definitely live on forever. Shout out to Roberto.
Yeah, Roberto joining us, man.
Yeah.
How you feeling this morning, sir?
Mostly.
Well, you know, I got little BGs, you know what I'm saying? But that's just good morning.
That's how it
Good
is.
afternoon.
Yeah. Right.
Your
Right.
face look a
The
little
day after,
pale
the day
on-
after
on
getting
the
lit,
camera.
bro.
Oh, man, it was a little rough last night, man. I'll shoot y'all a picture though. I attempted to cook a pizza when I got home.
Burnt.
Not, yeah, dog. It looked like a burnt Philadelphia Eagle.
Oh, here we go.
Ah.
You mean more like a fried perm from Atlanta. Shut up. It's all hey. Well, it's good to see you ain't burned the back of your lack. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Yeah, sunny out here, you know what I'm saying? We chilling.
Maybach music.
That music.
All right, man. Hey, we're gonna kick things off first quarter now. Real quick, Renee, go ahead, ask the question.
Oh,
Early
Jamal.
early NBA talk.
Yep. I always said, Jamal, are you impressed with the Lakers win yesterday?
Absolutely, I'm impressed. Still
There
don't
it
think they're the
is.
best in the West right now. I absolutely impressed them.
I just
With
wanna
what
make
they
sure
did
that
with
you
the
were-
guys that they were missing too.
Yeah,
Right now.
And it was impressive.
Okay.
I hear that.
Well, additionally, how would you guys think about Andre Drummond? Right, because I think this is his first game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He did well.
He
He
played
did
last
what
game too.
he did what he's supposed
He
to
did play
do.
last game. You're right. Yeah. This is his first win. Excuse me, his first win, second game
When he blew out
from
his
the
nail.
towing. Yeah, when he took his nail off. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he got what we expected. Right? Was it 20 and 11, something
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah.
Double-double.
In only
Yeah.
like 22 minutes or whatever, too.
Right.
So they're bringing
Yeah.
back a little slow. And the other guy that is really impressing me, man, is the young kid too down low. But it was McKinley or McKinster
McKinney.
or whatever.
McKinney.
McKinney.
Yeah,
McKinney. Man, that kid he's playing, man. He's getting boards, which is what we need, getting to the rim. So and Schroeder is, dude, most guys can't stay in front of Schroeder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better figure out a
Yeah.
way for that
Schroeder
that
or
to happen long term.
Schroeder, whatever.
Yeah.
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 No, I agree. I agree.
The other one I was impressed with because
Roberto should know who that is. We got him from them, right? Well, not really, but he was there one
He
time.
was a rook, man. I don't
I
like
know,
the
I
little
know.
blonde streak he had in his hair. And everything, man. He gotta get out of there.
That's that Atlanta flavor. I don't know what you're talking about. That's that Atlanta flavor.
I'm waiting for you to get yours in there. You know what I'm saying? Get the little.
That's never going to happen.
Hey,
That'll never happen. That'll never happen. What about the other edition that we had? You know, we just signed Macklemore this week.
Macklemore.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I was not sure about that.
The rapper, the white rapper. Oh damn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we picked
man.
him up off the streets, Rob.
And
I was gonna say, who was he playing with before this?
That's a very good question because I
Yeah,
remember
I
him
have
on the
no idea.
Rockets. Thunder, maybe that
Did he
was
get
a
cut
Thunder
loose?
buyout. He got bought out. Yeah,
He was a buyout. I don't remember where though.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
remember either. Oh, it might have been Sacramento actually. No, damn, maybe not Sacramento. I don't know, man. There's so many. Yeah,
That's who
Maybe he
drafted
wasn't.
him, right?
He's been
Shout out
eight-
to David
8
and
years.
Levi for watching us live right now. FYI.
All right,
Just wanna
all
give a
yeah.
quick
Shout out to Dave.
Thank you.
Hey, are you on the
Thank you, Dave.
comments?
We
I
appreciate
have it up on my phone. Yeah, so I'm on.
There it
All
is. All
Well,
right.
appreciate that, Renee. All right,
Good.
guys. Hey, moving on from NBA real quick. We get into college basketball, right? Saw that finish
Yeah.
Monday night. Boy, Baylor just did work, right?
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean,
that was just Monday.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
It's the longest week ever, y'all.
yeah, it really was. So yeah, Baylor mauled Gonzaga.
Bullied them.
Just yeah, really did. I mean, the three-headed monster, those guards for Baylor, man, they just did whatever they wanted to, pretty much the entire game.
I'm gonna sound like a
just-
hater, but I didn't want the Zags to go undefeated anyways.
Yeah, you are. I honestly think Gonzaga was tired from the UCLA game. I mean, they played. I mean, what was it? 2 overtimes or whatever.
No, one OT,
No, just
extra
One
5
over
minutes.
one overtime, and so I mean, I think they were just tired and beat. And,
Or excuse.
Well, whatever.
UCLA played 3 overtime games, man.
well,
And
that
they weren't supposed to be
UCLA,
there.
I'm
that
sure everybody
UCLA
was
Gonzaga
tired.
team, yeah, everybody. But that UCLA Gonzaga game was probably the better than the championship.
I got a question though, Luda. So you think if Gonzaga was rested, it would have been a Different game.
I think so.
I don't.
Not the way they got bullied.
I don't think so.
Not
No.
the way
Bro,
they
that-
got done.
I
That's
think they
like
got
when you-
they
when
got
you
used
bring the
to the last
suburb
couple
team to the
games.
I
inner
mean, they
city.
might have been 2 points closer. Maybe.
Bob, didn't you have Gonzaga going all the way?
I had them winning it all, but after seeing the
Okay,
last couple games that they played, it's like they expected to win regardless of what happened. So they didn't really come to play.
Well, you have every team that knows they're the best team overall pick
But
and
Rockets,
supposed to win. They're every team is coming hard at them. Every single team is
I
coming
think in
hard.
the
at them.
tournament, every team's coming hard at everybody.
Not necessarily. I think when you
What?
play the better
Yeah.
team, you're going harder at that team than you normally would. I don't know, another team. That's my opinion.
Or a team
I
like
mean, if you're playing for the championship, you better go hard regardless. Just
Yeah,
for the
you don't
championship.
just step
You
up.
need to
Step
get
up.
hard,
You ain't
yeah.
motivated enough for that.
I
I don't know
get
what to tell you.
In a one and
Don't
done
just be
situation, you
happy
got to
to
bring
be
it every
there.
day.
I
Yep.
get
Yeah.
that. I get
Don't just
that.
be
But
happy to
whatever.
be there.
They didn't bring it. Okay.
Baylor
Shout out to
knew
Baylor.
what they was going for. Yeah, they came out there and played. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell too. That dude put up numbers. It's good. It's going to be good to see him get drafted twice.
This is
It'll be like
Shout out to P. Wait, let's talk about the real shout out. Shout out to P for running.
That's what I was gonna say
Damn
too.
full
Right?
P.
Ah,
Not knowing
yeah.
a shit,
Oh,
not knowing a
yeah,
lick about
$10.
college basketball.
right.
Thank you,
He
guys.
was over there.
Man, Eddie had this shit
ESPN.
on auto pick, man. What the
He
fuck you
did.
talking
He did.
about?
I just got to give thanks to all the gurus out there that I followed. I really didn't know shit.
That's all right,
Oh,
man.
man.
That's all right.
So
Hey,
based
That's
on-
flipping coins.
you just never know,
Based
man. with
on
these,
uniform
like,
color and
these-
everything, Hyatt.
those are pretty school colors.
Yeah, those are
No,
nice.
huggable mascots. He went off the huggable mascots, is what he did.
Yeah.
That was definitely
All right.
Gonzaga.
Moving on, man. Well, actually, you put it out there, Rick. You know, is Baylor the early favorite to win it next year?
And that was a typo. It's
Oh, what's that?
Gonzaga that ESPN
Oh,
has Gonzaga as
Gonzaga.
the early favorite. I'm sorry.
Right.
I
I guess
No, I
it
would
depends
say
on
no.
who shows up.
We'll
Yeah,
see. Yeah,
who
we'll,
comes
we'll
back.
see how this year.
With college, it just
You know?
depends who comes back, who this, who that.
Right.
Way too
Yeah.
early.
Tell you one thing.
Well,
I don't-
I
they're gonna
highly
have
doubt
a-
we
they
will
have an
see
easier
Kentucky
path.
or Duke.
I
in the
don't see
tournament next
Duke
year.
and North Carolina all them being like what happened this year. I think they'll be better.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think that'll be the
Kansas and all
difference
them.
next
Watch
year.
out. Watch out.
You can bet on that being
But
different.
you talk about North Carolina, and how do you think Hubert Davis is going to do as far as recruiting there?
I think he'll be just fine.
I think he'll be fine too.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
he,
they'll get players because they're North Carolina, but
exactly.
you know,
and I
Once
think
you get
I think
players-
alumni is going to help
Once
him
you-
out with that.
who really watches college basketball anymore? The whole season.
The entire no.
We also.
Who watches it? I
I
don't
watch
tune in
it.
until the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody watches the tournament.
it's kind
that's
of
about
like
it.
every other sport with you, Jamal. You don't turn into the playoffs.
Okay. Well, that's when it gets the best, right, Bob?
What's that?
That's when it's the best, right?
that's the climax, the playoffs.
That's when they're supposed to play the best.
Shots fired. Dang. Bang. Pow.
I'm just saying. No shot-
Oh, Bob
no
got
shots
that. He
fired.
got
I'm
that
just
Mayweather.
saying.
He, pop, pop, and then he gets away. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it seems like
who's
it seems
Bob's,
like
who's
Bob brought
Bob's,
a BB gun to the war.
it seems like
You're
Jamal
good.
was shooting back. Bob is what they meant.
What'd you say?
It's like Jamal was shooting back at you is what they meant, not the first shot you saw. So
We got you, best brother. We got
Charlie.
All right, guys. Hey, let's keep
What's
keep
Luda
this
talking
going.
about?
Let's talk a little bit of NFL. We got the draft coming up here in a few weeks, right? So, man, things keep changing. Other than who's going number one, that's still Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
Think
But-
so? Okay. All right.
But number two, man, is it seems like the Jets after moving Darnold, sort of locked in on
Wilson.
Zach Wilson, right?
Go ahead. I need
Quarterback from
that.
BYU.
I need that Justin
Um,
Fields for the Niners.
And then, number three is starting to look a little bit, but you still keep hearing Mac Jones too.
Yeah,
dude,
I think that's
yeah.
just.
Jones.
I hope that's just a
I,
deep,
Mac,
deep,
a deep
That's
fake.
what they were saying on. I was watching something on ESPN, and they had
Yeah,
Lawrence. Who was the second person you said?
Wilson.
Wilson.
Wilson,
Zach
Wilson.
Jones, someone else, and then Fields.
Yeah, it's crazy.
they had Fields on number three.
For, like quarterback wise, probably
Yeah,
Trey Lance.
Or,
Trey Lance.
Yeah, I
Trey
think you're
Lance
right.
is the
yeah,
other
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
To the ATL.
So, right. So right now they got Trey Lance going to Atlanta, but Atlanta sounds like they're trying to get out of that pick, move down.
Get rid of that pick. Yeah.
So, and what scares me is I'm starting to hear, heard it on the radio on Friday. Freaking Cowboys are talking about trying to move up. We got so many needs, especially on defense, but they're talking about moving up to go get Pitts, the tight end.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's supposed to be a game
he's a hell of an
changer, though.
athlete. He's a hell of an athlete and a game changer, that's for sure. But
They're saying.
we need help on defense.
Y'all
So
should
you're
move up.
not happy about that, D?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
As long as you
Tight
guys run
end.
up the score, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, I mean,
KD, as a
could we be the
former
next,
Cowboys fan, what do you think?
I agree with Brian's assessment, man. Like they already have enough weaponry on the offense to begin with, right? So even if you can't rely on your tight end, you still got like absolute animals on the outside. So, and then, you know, the offensive line ain't what it used to be, but it's still B plus at best. So their biggest needs are all on defense. So what's the
But
point?
can it get better, sir?
What,
Can
the-
you make the offensive line better?
Even
Is
if you
there-
can't, that defense has been so porous and so injury prone. Like there's no depth on it whatsoever. They still have never found a safety replacement. I mean, they've always had like this patchwork for the last however many decades at this point. So I agree with Brian. It's simple as that.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm very confused here. Luda asked you this question, Kenny, and said, as a Cowboys fan.
He said ex-Cowboys fan. He said,
Oh,
by
did
the
he?
way,
I didn't hear the
sure
X.
did.
I didn't hear the X.
Get your shit straight.
Okay. Okay. I didn't hear the X.
Shit straight.
That analysis right there, I was like, oh,
your
okay.
shit
That
straight.
sounds spicy. You know what I'm saying?
Is that
All right,
are you not a Cowboys fan anymore, Katie?
No, man.
Where you
Look,
at?
look.
Where
I
you
got
at?
three.
Rob just,
I'm down- I'm
Rob
down-
just
I'm
as
down to three.
confused as I am.
Yeah, I'm down to three finalists: Minnesota Vikings, the Rams, and Atlanta.
Yes.
He's out of Texas completely. He said.
Oh, shit.
Well,
He said he's out of Texas completely.
I'm trying to figure out.
That's hilarious.
AD,
Wow.
do me a favor, man. Just stay with the Cowboys. Don't be like the rest.
Yeah,
of
please,
them.
man.
Like,
Don't be that.
I can't.
I don't even
I
understand.
can't rock with that
Come on,
ownership,
bro.
man.
Can
That-
you
that's
explain
legit.
for the people?
Real quick, the bottom line is, for the longest time, you know, like we were over. I was able. I can't say we. I was able to overlook certain things about their organization, and they've got more than a handful of things to be upset about. But as of last year, man, like when things was changing for everybody, and you know, assessing what's important and their own personal value system, I realized certain things about the Cowboys I'm no longer willing to overlook. And this is not something that's just new. In terms of that organization, it's just new for me to be able to say, you know what, it's not enough. So just like anything else in my rest of my life, I'm applying that same philosophy. If I can't rock with a certain thing, I'm not going to be willing to overlook it no more, because I got to be able to live with myself. So that's Cowboys in a nutshell. So at this point, all the teams I'm looking at, it's just based on the value system of that organization. So you guys brought up Texas. I mean, the other team there is
Oh, you can come to the Niners.
horrifically worse, right?
You come to the Niners. Who was just in the
Right.
Super Bowl. You come to
Hey,
it.
Hey,
Hey,
shut
shut
up.
up, man.
Hey,
Shut up.
hey,
Shut
hey,
up,
man.
man.
Send
The
me
Rams.
You
send
know-
me
you
your
know
Addy,
how
dog.
hard
I'm gonna go ahead and
you
send
know how
you
hard I've
some
been working
ATL here, dog.
You know what I'm saying? So I got some. Yeah,
Hey.
yo, send me some swag. Send me some
Hey,
swag.
I'm
Yeah.
very confused. Kenny, explain to me how what was your picking system? How did you get down to those three teams real quick?
They're
That shit seems random as hell.
actually it wasn't. It really wasn't, man. So I looked at which teams had like done what type of donations and contributions to political systems. I looked to see, what their
Wow.
activism inside the communities, and people of color. It really did matter to me, man. Like, so again, certain things just I'm no longer willing to overlook. And where they took stance on things last year, yeah.
So it wasn't really like football based. It was more like
Nah.
on the backside, on
on
the
the
scenes.
on the
Okay.
character base
Wow.
of,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
of the organization.
That is
So,
very
what was it? It
admirable
was the
of you, Bubba.
Vikings, the Rams, and what was the third team?
Atlanta.
Falcons.
Falcons.
Atlanta. Oh.
And none of them.
Atlanta
There's
too.
none of. There's no perfect team.
Everybody else is trying to get out of Atlanta, and you trying to jump in.
No, and the thing is, it's not like there's a perfect team. Like one team is like has done everything. They haven't contributed to both parties or something like that. It's just overall arching. Like what have they done for the community? What's their stance on certain things? And that's where my heart's going to, right? Because at that point, that's where I can live with myself.
I'm just saying, you know what Georgia just passed. So I mean,
Don't
that's
put your
why
faith in
everything.
human beings. Put your faith in
Man,
Jesus.
I thought this was about football.
Yeah.
No offense.
Those
I'm not
deep
trying
ones.
to. I'm not trying to offend you, KD, but that's pretty deep, dude.
That is deep.
I mean,
That
good
is
for
deep.
you. But wow,
I love you.
Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like for instance, like Luda's rocking his Lakers shit. I'm rocking my Dodgers shit. All of us across the board. Man, we live and we die this stuff. So at the end of the day, like, how can I live and die my sports team, even though I don't personally believe in some of their politics and their constitution? I can't do it. I before I could be able to reconcile, like, I keep this part over here and this part over here. For me, man, it's all the same. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be proud of the team that I rep. Just like I'm proud of my squad I'm repping right here.
Good for you.
That's a very interesting topic. My friends and I, some other friends and I,
but you know what?
We were just
KD,
discussing.
sorry, Rick.
Your real friends.
Real friends? Is that what you said? Your real friends?
My real friends. Anyways, we were discussing in entertainment if certain people should be canceled because of the stuff that they did away from what they were here to entertain us for. So that's very interesting that you say that. That's another topic for another show, though. We'll get into that.
So Eddie P, that's to answer your question. That's why, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what, KD, you're welcome to come on over to that top-notch organization, Los Angeles.
KD,
come on over
not
to
make me dislike you, KD.
Welcome to the Ramblings.
Go there.
We love you.
Kenny,
come on, don't do that.
Be different, dude. Go with the guys from the north, please. Just
no, the Falcons, dog.
Go with the Vikings, dog. Go with the Vikings, man.
Shut up, B. Let him follow his heart.
Please, we don't need a fourth. We don't need a fourth Ramley.
Yeah, we do.
Brother.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah,
who's the third one? Who's the third one?
What?
Who's the third Ramley? Bobo, Jesus Christ. Please still, Bobo.
Hey, where you been?
Go in. Get him, Germ.
Where you been, Renee?
Like an
where you
Arizona
been?
fan like 2 days ago. Jesus Christ, help me.
No. How long has the Rams have LA?
Bob, I will not. Bobo, I will never take your
Germ. Get him.
I know you're leaving.
Look, you weren't part of this from the beginning, Renee. So you don't understand that I said from the beginning, I'm gonna rock with Arizona until LA gets a team.
Well,
once LA got a
you
team,
could have went there and said, "Sorry, Rams."
No.
Pop shit one more time, it ain't gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? You already
It's a wrap.
more times.
No, that's okay. Okay.
Can I ask that question, Bob? Why did you select the Rams as opposed to the Chargers? Because technically, the Chargers were here before the Rams.
What they do in the community?
They were in San Diego. Okay.
They were in San Diego. See,
let's go back again. I know you're not a fan. Let's go back again.
The Chargers were actually a Los Angeles team first. No. I'm just going to address real quick with Renee. He said the Chargers.
Let me
hold on. Wait. Bob. Just to be
if you want me to answer, then let me answer. Let me answer. You're asking your question, and I'm trying to answer, but you don't want to stop.
No, Bob. Renee, by the way, the Chargers were actually a Los Angeles team first. They physically were in Los Angeles before they went down to San Diego.
Okay.
And they came back to
what year?
Okay, so can I explain why?
Okay, Bob, no.
Before you just keep attacking?
Yeah. I was a Raider fan to begin with. I'm just asking.
I was a Raider fan to begin with.
This is good. This is good.
I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
I was an LA Raider fan. I was an LA Raider fan, and then the Chargers are my rivals. I'm not gonna root for the Chargers.
Wait, so you were already another team? So wait,
he's been like 4 teams, KD. He's been like 4 teams, no joke.
The Raiders were the first football team I ever rooted for. The Raiders were the first football team I ever rooted for, and they were from LA.
Okay, got it.
They were in LA, and then they moved up to nobody cares NorCal up there with San Francisco, and I'm not going to root for nobody in NorCal. I'm a fucking Dodger fan, and I hate the fucking San Francisco Giants, and I hate the 49ers.
Yeah, we hate the Niners.
Hey, Bob, you're a grown man, right? Tell him, look, you're a grown man, and who made these fools fanhood commissioner? Tell him that.
I'm not. I was asking why he chose between the Chargers and the Rams.
Because he's a grown man. He do what he want to do.
You know what? First of all, he's talking, not you.
And when LA got their team first, it was the Rams that came here first.
This is turned into a don't at me right now.
What year did the Chargers first come here, KD?
No, that was like 60s or 70s.
I think the Rams were here first. I think the Rams were here in the 50s.
Google time. You're right. I'm on it.
I think they were here in the 50s after they left Cleveland.
Yeah.
We betting, Bob? Niners, Rams, what? What's up?
We betting?
We betting. What you want to bet? What you want to put on it?
No, I'm saying, what are you talking about?
Niners, Rams this season.
I bet him $10 a game.
We can bet.
What you want to bet? $10 a game? You want $10 a game too?
On the transcript.
That's fine. We can do $10 a game.
Shake.
You got to do that.
1946.
There you go.
You got to do the COVID shake.
Who's that? The Chargers?
The COVID shake.
Oh, the Rams.
Yeah, because the Chargers didn't get here till 59 and 60.
All right. Yeah. So the Rams were here first.
Technically,
So
so you're right,
that
Eddie P.
entire fucking
Should we
thing
cut
is
that?
just
I'm gonna cut that out.
that
of
shit
the
was
podcast.
that shit for nothing.
All that for nothing.
It's good conversation. It's good conversation.
I like how
what-
Eddie waited
it's
to the
good
very end to
conversation.
just punch
Whatever
it.
No,
rolls
you
nowadays
just
on
Brandon
YouTube
Marshall this
shows
damn
up
thing.
everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? You hella Brandon Marshall
Well,
that. That's
some
hilarious.
Luda stuff right there, dude. Fake facts.
Oh my god. Names in his head. You know what I'm saying? He was
All right,
way
guys.
off.
Move it on, Brian.
Hey,
Move it on.
yeah, we're moving on here. Real quick, MLB. After the first week, new power rankings came out. I'm just going to run through the first 5. Dodgers still
Dodgers.
at number 1
What up,
ranking.
motherfuckers? Yeah.
Currently with a 5-2 record.
Whoop.
Part I did.
Yankees still hanging at number 2. They were there last week as well, but they're 3-3. Padres 4-3.
You know that.
That's
Uh,
gonna
Yeah,
be, that's
Fernando
gonna be the
Tatis
team.
though.
Yeah, with
And-
Tatis out for a little bit.
Is that Tatis?
Minnesota Twins 4-2.
Shout out to
they're at
Kirby
number
Puckett.
4. And number
Fortune Mountain
5
for him.
are the Asterisks. So number 5.
You guys are
is
hating on the
Houston
Astros, huh? People really hate on sign stealing. Jesus.
Dude,
They also
That's how we know Renee don't watch no MLB. He's
or
legal here.
football
I'm
because
just saying,
when
like,
they
who cares if
steal the
someone's
other
trying to
team's
get in the
plays.
advantage?
Like,
Wait,
it-
hold on.
they
Nobody's
did-
hating on the Patriots.
Wait.
with the
Exactly. We
Flake
all are
gate.
hating on the Patriots.
I'm
I
not.
am.
Exactly.
Tom Brady's still the
Thank you,
GOAT. Otherwise,
KD.
he wouldn't
That's
be the GOAT
true.
if you were
That's
hating on
facts.
him.
We
He's been
all
cheating.
hate,
He
but
shouldn't be
this
the GOAT.
Huh?
Everyone thinks Tom Brady's the GOAT. If he's been cheating, he shouldn't be the GOAT.
Well,
How you feel
they
about
have-
that?
They
How
have.
y'all
They
feel about
have.
that?
Shouldn't
He
be.
still
They
has to make the
haven't judged-
throws. He still got to make
They
the
haven't
throws.
judged them. They have to.
It's not
they
hard
have
to make
judge
him when you know the defender's going to be.
You don't know what the defenders are going to
He
be.
obviously did. They've been cheating. Ask the Rams. They knew every play of them.
Oh
What
my!
they
Here we
doing.
go.
Here
Here
we
we go.
go.
Here's another
Ask
episode.
him, Luda. Tell him.
Go
Luda,
ahead,
let him
go
cheat.
Down that rabbit hole. I'm not going today. I'm not
Exactly.
going.
I'm just saying, you guys are out here.
Look,
I
don't
don't care if
stop.
someone's stealing signs.
Hey Jamal,
bro.
you got
I'm
comfy
better.
chair next to you because I'm chilling too, dog. I'm out.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm not
stop.
going. Not today.
That,
Just
that
saying.
first Super Bowl against the
Argue today.
Patriots, he's
Feeling
right.
spicy
They
today.
got caught.
All right, guys.
Well,
Hey,
check it
last
out.
last
Still inside.
quick
Fuck
topic
Renee,
here
man.
in the first quarter, so we can move things along. The Masters is happening today. I know a lot of y'all don't follow golf. It's the final round,
Oh, yeah.
and
It's Amen Corner, right?
Hey,
Did I get
good-
that right?
good thing we
that's
No,
one of
it's-
that's one of
Make it
the.
better.
No,
one
who's,
of the,
who's,
uh,
how do you
polls.
pronounce the?
Hey,
the,
good job,
the
Rick.
top?
Though seriously,
Thank you.
Hit-
I watched
Hideyaki?
sports center for 5 minutes before this.
Matsuyama.
Hideyaki
Yeah.
Matsuyama, right? He's
Hideki
like he's
Matsuyama.
4 strokes ahead, dude. Nobody's
That's
gonna
who I
catch
picked to
him.
win it
Yeah.
all.
That's
You
the
are
dude that I'm
correct.
hoping
Yeah.
for.
4 strokes ahead right now. That
Yeah.
is correct.
They
That
said
is correct.
he's done this corner, the
Luda
one that
was
gets
4 strokes
everybody
ahead and
30
Duke still
something
lost.
times.
Right.
What'd you
Yep.
say?
I see you, Bob. I see you, Bob.
What'd you say, Bob?
All right. With that,
I said
golf-
Luda was 4 strokes ahead and Duke still lost.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
fucking my own brother, dude.
God.
Fuck you.
All right, Rick.
Sorry, buddy. I had to do it.
No, you're still a dick.
All right, Rick.
Share screen.
I am right now,
All
sir.
right. Yeah.
It's on you, man. Hey, we're moving on to the second quarter. Rick's going to take control of this right now and go right ahead, man. Lead us in the
Welcome
gauntlet.
back. It's gauntlet time, but this time, man, we're still not doing the spinner. Man, I saw it today. It had dust on it, and I was like, "Damn, we might have to bring it back." The poor Twister spinner is just—it's like when y'all go show me love. But we decided that today was a great day for freestyling, and I'm so glad that we got a full house here. We out here looking like the Brady Bunch because we about to get at it. Now, they asked me, and I easily am going to oblige, to make sure that this week's beats were all X inspired. So we are definitely going to start there, okay? And I feel like we're just we're gonna start with a song that he was featured on, and then we'll round it out to obviously what I think everybody is his best. So hold on 2 seconds. We'll get past this little ad. Who wants to start first? I hate when this happens. Nobody wants to start first, huh?
Here,
Man, you
give me
present.
it. I'll start.
I don't got bars. I only go to bars. Better get that COVID shot so you don't catch the
Hey,
SARS.
me too.
Outrageous. All right, let's
Look
get
at
it
Bible
then.
just exit out. He just exit left.
Did he?
Still here. I'm still here.
And when it's dark.
To stage right.
He putting them up.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's get it. Too high?
Yeah, Can you turn it down a little?
Just a little.
I can.
Turn it down just a little.
Still high? Are you good?
That should be good. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. It's Michalicious from the 10 Cents crew. On the mic spitting bars for you. Because this is how we do when we do what we do. This Sunday, a fun day. Back to business as usual come Monday. One day, I must say, you'll see us in a G5 on the runway. Yeah. And that's facts. Been working on the podcast for 2 months now. Facts. Launched a YouTube channel now. We're running streaming. Facts. Hot hats, cup shirts. Merch is hitting now. Facts. Inner added to the squad on the yard now. Facts. I mean, there's never been a squad this good. We're starting against all odds. Battle like the Spartans. Against all odds, we'll win all the battles. Got it covered like a presidential pardon. Euro step to the rim like James Harden. Somebody get me.
Bars.
I got you.
Somebody
I got you.
get
Let me go in. Let me go in. Hit that beat. Rick Rob with that mix. R.I.P. DMX. For you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna motherfucking flex because you're my homeboy. What the X? Fucking your music with my ex. Let me tell you know what's coming up next. Episode 50. Yeah, you gonna hear it when it comes through. Don't ever fear it. But coming at you, it's the 10 Cents crew. This is Luda, because this is how we do when we do what we do. Somebody get me. Renee, hit me with all them shoes behind you. Clip me. Come on.
Man, you gonna call me all right? Yo, here we go. It's my first cipher with the crew. With B, Mick, Rick, Black Rob, KD, my big bro Ed, Bobo, and Luda. What's good? What's cracking? How y'all been? I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm losing it.
No, that's it. That's it. Rick Rob, you next.
All right, let's switch it up. No, we switching. We switching.
That doesn't come better.
Where my dogs at?
Right here.
Rough Riders.
Who's jumping in? Somebody want some of this? It's Rick D-O-double-G. I'm putting the mix. Having a little fun when I'm doing this shit. I got no rhymes, but I'ma fucking see what I'ma rhyme with. I just stumbled a little bit, but it's all good. I come back, I act all hood, no cap. I'm that black actor, come through like this. I'm back your ass backwards. Said I'm back your ass, I mean I smack your ass. Anyways, here we come again, quick, real fast. Somebody come on and hop on this beat, cause Rick D-O-double-G is waiting for heat from each one of you. Black Rob got the Scully on, shout out to him, whoa, it's cool. Come through, you do what we do, like my boy Luda said, when it's 10 Cents podcast coming through, I'm fucking up, stumbling and shit. Pick me up, Rob, come on, man.
Yeah.
Go job.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. In relationship of life, tell me, are you gonna be faithful? Are you gonna wake up in the morning to wake up to the gods and be grateful for the day that you've been born? This motherfucker, blow the horn, mixing all the noise. I'm on the 10 Cent podcast with my boys. My shit kinda ashy. That's all right, nigga. You can ask me any question you want, but I got all the answers. One thing I can't cure is cancer. You can call me the doc. It's the nigga named Rob. I'm coming off the top like the fucking Scully. Niggas, understand, nigga, you tried to bully me. Nah, I'm not gonna get bullied. Pull the motherfucking shit out the hat, nigga, rap back in the motherfucking make back, way back in the front. Nigga, what you want? I'm coming off the top of the dome. I'm chilling in Ontario, that's where my home is at. I got the Bozak. Somebody take it from there.
Nobody? I thought you was about to come on Kenny Hensley to start rapping ad-libs.
Kenny Hensley busted.
Jump in there, Katie. What's up, dog?
Hold on. All right, hold on. I'll switch to the next one. It's our very last one. All right,
Okay.
3 minutes. We got 3.5 to go in, all right?
Three.
Okay, bring it.
We have to do it, man. One time for X-Man.
Cap them off like
Shout out to
that.
Swiss. We got to do it. Hey, my dog's gone, y'all dog's gone, and then we gone. First we got them like, now they like, boy.
Where my dogs at?
Snitches wanna
Where my
ride.
dogs
Hey, yo,
at?
is that where you
Where
at?
my dogs at? Here my dogs at, coming at you with a baseball bat. Let me get you, you gonna love that. I'm the killer. Yes,
What?
I'm the killer.
What?
Everybody knows
What?
that I'm like Michael Jackson Thriller. I'm coming at you with the crew. Come on, motherfucker, what you gonna do? Hit it.
Hey,
What's
shout
in
out
your
Cookie
throat
Monster.
though? What's in the throat though?
Cock and balls.
Nut.
Come on, Brian. You got to get on this. Come on, Brian.
Yeah, easy. White boy.
Hit him with that
easy.
white boy flex.
Get down.
Hit him with that little
off the
Dickie rhyme. You know what I'm
motherfucker
saying?
easy. Yeah.
Hey.
I ain't got
Where
one.
you at? What?
All right.
Anybody rhyming?
I want.
Ain't nobody rapping. Oh, man.
What?
Okay.
What? Yeah. Here we go.
Mm.
Back in school, I cheated on a couple tests. I skeeted on a couple breasts. One down south. And then I moved out west. Up the coast. Nigga do the most. I keep it kind of classy. While my shit looking kind of ashy. Everybody's shit is bright. Turn off the light. This came up in this piece. We represent the East. Somebody get my back. Somebody in the front.
I got
Talking
you. I
all
got
that
you.
shit.
I got
What
you. I got you. I got
Jump
you.
in.
boy.
Jump, go in. Go in, Lula.
I got Rick Roberto with the most. Where the fuck is THC the coach?
Oh.
Motherfucker looking old pale like a ghost because he ain't here ain't the most to the most. But I just wanna chill. I'm a real lyricist. Everybody knows that you can't bust my lyrics because I lift your spirits. Fuck all them bitches. I hit them where it hit. It hurts.
y'all, you know, y'all flipped it on me. I just want y'all to know that y'all asked me to be more PC. You know what I'm saying? Then the freestyle hit and all filters were off.
I was just gonna
Took
say,
all
all
the
of a
filters off.
sudden, man,
Say,
N-word was
Good.
flowing again once, you know.
man, I was like,
Hey,
y'all
I
told
thought we were
me.
supposed to be
Right.
PC as
told me
well.
to get it
but-
right.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, Roberto coming with all the props this week, like Scully
Yeah.
Cap getting thrown, turning off the
The
light.
light.
Turning off the
Oh,
light.
man. Hey, you know what?
There go all our endorsements.
Good job.
Right?
It's all good. We just gonna fade out, man. Shout out to the X-Men. Shout out to Swiss Beats.
Right.
We gonna let this ride, man. R.I.P. man.
For sure. All right, man. Thanks for that gauntlet there, Rick.
Yeah.
Good to hear
Got it, brother.
some beats, DMX, obviously, and all of you talented cohorts here on the podcast. All right,
You know
man.
what?
we
Hey,
move-
it was better, right? Like we said,
Yeah,
moving
for
the
sure.
time would be better. It's been we're a little
Yeah.
rusty. We're bringing that
Yeah.
back again soon. We're a little rusty.
Yeah,
It's
we
been
did.
a while.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we haven't
people were
done
nervous.
haven't done a cipher for a while. So
Then people were
Man.
nervous.
right.
Yeah,
I
we
had,
were-
I had,
I
I had
was
Mad
nervous.
Rhymes
I
on
was like,
Tuesday.
I'm
By the time we got to
trying,
Sunday, man, it was over. You know?
All right, guys.
I gotta
Third-
put something different in
What?
my cup. You know what I'm saying? So it hit
Oh.
different.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, I'm drinking coffee. Nigga, I need a little.
My
All
stuff
right.
sounds a lot
Something.
better in my head than when I deliver it. My delivery
Hey.
is
No, you
I
dude, you
think
sound you're ready
It's
for
all
a record,
good, man. It's all
You,
good.
you sound
Ready
great.
for a record deal.
Whack Ass Records label. Look, Whack Ass Records. That's be my label.
Oh my God, Luda, when you did the Cookie Monster or whatever that was, I don't even.
That was a tribute to DMX.
Is that what that was?
I'm sorry if I didn't get
MC
DMX.
Cookie Monster.
All right,
Made him proud, dog. You made him proud.
Oh man.
Man. All right, third quarter, guys. What men think? Hey, I'm actually going to turn this back over to Rick because right off the get go, man,
That's it.
WrestleMania week for Rick.
Yeah, yo. So let's talk about it real quick, man. This is just me trying to make sure that everything gets in. Look, I get it. We talked about this before. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't watch wrestling. Matter of fact, I don't think
Nope.
anybody but me still watches wrestling, and
I
that's
used
fine.
to watch it.
Yeah,
I watched the
yeah.
first.
I used to watch it.
Yeah,
Exactly, but that is the point. We I think it was one point or another. You know, a couple of us, if not all of us on here, we're tuned in, right? It was a major thing when I was younger, man. I remember going to my grandfather's house in LA. The very first thing we would do is we would go rent VHSs, and that's how I seen every WrestleMania. My dad hated wrestling with a strong passion. He was like, "Yo, grown men wrestling in tights, and we ain't about that." And I was like, "Dude, at the end of the day, you know." at that time, I didn't say this to him, of course, because it's my
Entertainment.
dad, but I was like, it is entertainment, one. And I was like, you watch dudes, you know, in tight suits run around a racing track in left turns for hours. I was like, let me live. But I never told him that. Dad, if you're watching right now, I say that with love. Exactly.
Because you like your teeth where they are.
Huh?
It's because you like your teeth right where they are.
Exactly. But you know what? Hey, throughout life, man, you know, it's been different seasons. Wrestling was a part of my life, then it wasn't a part of my life. Then I did the Big Brother program. And my little brother, he loved wrestling. So I got a chance to actually go to WrestleMania out here in Phoenix, which was dope. And we, you know, that was one of our things that we used to talk about was wrestling. And then, you know, fast forward to my son being born, I just happened to show it to him one day. His mom, you know, watched a little bit when she was younger. And we put it on and he loved it. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? I got wrestling shirts that I never had, things like that. You know what I mean? And we're tapped in. So WrestleMania is today. It was yesterday. It's a 2-part event. It's actually live this year out in Tampa Bay at the is it Raymond James Field, I think it's called. Which is dope. But anyway, so today I figured why not? Let's just tap into that and talk about, you know, make what men think WrestleMania inspired. So I got to ask you guys, okay, let's just start roundtable real quick. Professional wrestling, you know what I'm saying? WWE, WCW, AEW, whatever this is out. Have y'all ever been tapped in? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. I have. And I'm from the South, dog, so we call it wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Wrestling.
Wrestling, you know what I'm saying? I'm back in the day, dog. I remember as a kid going to a tournament, I guess a match, dog, and it's like I remember watching it on television, thinking it was like a big arena. We went to a warehouse. My real pops took me to the joint, dog, and it was like in a garage. I was like, what the fuck is this? I remember as a kid, like they had like an intermission, right? So I went to the bathroom. I think it was the Fabulous Freebirds. And I went to the bathroom, dog, and I remember the cats were just wrestling. I was in there peeing, and I saw them in there talking. They was like, I was just scrapping each other right there. They were smoking cigarettes. I was like, man, this is some bullshit. I saw everything. They was in there hanging out in the bathroom smoking cigarettes, dog, after they just finished wrestling. No, I was confused, dog. I was like,
that's should have known it was not real. Like,
no, that's facts. Because they came to Cal State. They came to Cal State when Popoff was running facilities, and we got to get backstage. I saw them, and they were just like normal dudes just hanging out. But then, you know, they're superstars on TV. Shit was wild. Seeing the backstage is some pretty good stuff.
It is.
Remember
all right, so
no, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
My mom wouldn't. My dad, they wouldn't order me no WrestleMania when I was a kid. They was like, nah, that's
oh no,
we ain't paying for that. That shit's fake.
Back in the
day, like
we
watch
like
fights.
$20-$30.
We don't watch wrestling. All right.
You're right. Yeah, yo, Bob, they were $20-$30, and we thought that was a lot, man. We paid $50 for a Mike Tyson fight, though.
But growing up though, did you like? I remember getting up or staying up late on Friday night because you could watch it like at 11 o'clock at night or whatever,
right?
Like catch it on something. But then you could turn around and sometimes they had it on, what was it, Saturday mornings?
Saturday morning, Superstars.
Saturday morning, Superstars. Yeah, Saturday morning, Superstars. And then, but you also had to catch the cartoon.
Yeah, you had to catch the cartoon, man.
You had to watch the cartoon as
well.
Shout
out to the 80s. I was blessed with the cartoon late.
That's when I was.
I remember one of my uncles ordering the WrestleMania. I don't know how Renee missed it, but
I don't remember that.
Beal would always order those.
Yeah, but we was never over there.
I was over there. I remember watching them.
No, I don't remember watching them. I remember I used to go to the neighbor's house.
I don't remember you being there.
Remember grandma's neighbor? Were like
Black Box for sure.
They used to order them, and sometimes when we'd be at grandma's, and I'd be like, "Oh, mom, I'm sliding next door. I'm sliding WrestleMania with them." It's with Eric and all them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right, but that's the only time I really got to watch it. I used to ask him sometimes, or my dad, like, I'm not ordering that.
Or we'd rent the old ones.
Yeah, we'd rent the old ones from Video Adventure.
Yo, for reals. Hey, so let's talk about it real quick. Who were some of your favorite wrestlers?
The British Bulldogs.
Ultimate Warrior.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, you like the pink? Okay.
Whatever. Rick, you don't like the pink?
The Hart Foundation.
Yesterday I was wearing look. We the New Day, which is a wrestling tag team now, and maybe one of the greatest of all time. They're rainbows and booty holes and stuff. I mean, it's
rainbows and booty holes.
I said booty holes.
I heard booty holes. We gotta clarify that.
I'm
gonna tell you right now, that's not what we heard.
I tell you what, that's not what no one heard, Rick.
Not what we heard.
Yeah, that's that nasty.
I don't want to do that kind of wrestling, dog.
Hey, what'd you say, Nick?
Hey,
Who was your guy, Nick?
Hold on. It's all good.
I was a Hulkamaniac.
Hulkamaniac.
You're a
I
Hulkamaniac.
was a Hulkamaniac. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Take your
I
vitamins
was-
and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Took
Oh,
my
say
vitamins.
your prayers.
Then he took a hard
Say your
left, and
prayers.
I had to jump off that ship and jump on the rock ship.
Rock is cool.
The
All right, so,
junkyard,
wait,
the
if you had to
junkyard
do-
dog.
All right, so we'll just do it like this. If you had to choose between a Rock and Stone Cold, which one you going with?
Rock.
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 The Rock.
I was a Stone Cold dude, man. I love
Yeah,
that
that's
cat.
cool.
Like,
Well,
Nah,
there
he
was that was a sort of a change, right? Like in that 90s where
Oh,
all of a
right.
sudden like the bad guys
Hold on, real quick.
became
Cool.
the cool guys,
Yeah.
right? Because in the 80s, well, I think like in the 80s, right? Like everything was like they tried to
Bad
do the
guy,
whole
good guy.
split, like bad
Yeah.
guy, good guy, but a lot of it had to be like political though too, right? Like
Oh, bootios.
because you had like the Russian, who was it, the Khrushchevs or whatever they were called,
The
right?
Iron,
You
the
had
Iron Sheik.
the Iron Sheik. Yeah, it was all like all this like political
Iron Sheik.
type stuff,
hey,
right?
Camel
I
clutch.
used to like when he
Got
did
you in
that camel clutch. Yeah.
To your point, Stone Cold did all the stuff we wanted to do, right? But we just weren't
Right.
brave enough to do it.
Right.
So
bringing
Oh, yeah,
beers out,
Bringing
crushing
beers
them,
out and crushing
Flipping people off,
fucking
right?
telling
That
people to
makes-
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, telling your boss to shut up.
Yeah.
And
right.
so I think for a lot, I think that era that is aptly dubbed the Attitude Era. I think that era was probably the best era of wrestling. Period. Point blank. Because then you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, you had Triple H, you
The
had
New Age
Undertaker.
Outlaws, the
you had
New
the
Age
New Age
Outlaws,
Outlaws.
those dudes
Look,
out there walking
who's
out
that?
there
Is that
just-
Goldberg in Atlanta, huh?
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Dude, who was
Yeah.
that? Oh my dude. From North
Yeah.
Kakalaki, you coming from
Yeah.
North
I
Kakalaki.
like
forgot
Macho
that
Man
dude.
too.
Hey,
That was
did
my
you
dude.
stand eye to eye with him? You said eye to eye with him, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. See, that's
Goldberg?
tall, brother. Yeah,
Man, that's a big dude, man.
that's a big
Yeah.
dude.
He is
Yeah.
a big dude.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Rob back in his day before the hip, man, he was a big dude too. Took a couple inches. He almost down here with his 5-footers now.
Down. Come on down.
Yeah, I don't
Water's warm,
know.
Blair.
I don't know.
I didn't realize you were
To
on the
me-
witness protection program, like Rob.
For me, it'll always be the 80s.
The 80s.
Yeah.
That's why he moved to the West
wrestling.
Coast. He got on that witness protection program.
Yeah.
The 80s was nice, man. You know, the 80s was just so simple. You just got in there. They had dad bods before dad bods was a thing, and you didn't care. You would just up in there, man.
Dad bods.
Well,
I
the
ever
crazy
seen-
you on-
you ever
thing is,
seen
back
midget
in the
wrestling?
day, you were lucky to see a title match on a Saturday morning,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And now there's
Right.
like title matches every week. It seems
All the
like.
time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Who's
I-
your
what I was
favorite
gonna-
wrestler right now,
too.
Rick? Bad Bunny?
What?
Who's your favorite wrestler right now? Bad Bunny or what?
Hilarious. Hey, but Bad Bunny, you know what? Bunny did his thing last night. Bad Bunny did his thing last night. I was like, yo, this is the stupidest thing ever. You know, usually when they bring the celebrities in, it's horrible, but Bad Bunny did his thing last night. I have respect for that boy.
Is it hard to say Bad Bunny with a straight face?
It is.
definitely is.
It is.
It looks hard.
No, my favorite wrestler right now is The Fiend, bro. My favorite wrestler is The Fiend. I've always been, you know what? Look, my favorite wrestler growing up was The Undertaker, and Junkyard Dog, and then Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Junkyard
And
Dog.
now it's The Fiend. I'm a horror buff, so I always like the dark characters, and you know
You didn't like
that's-
what was that Mick Foley's guy's character?
Mankind.
Right,
He had like 4
Mankind.
different. Mankind, Dude
Right.
Love, Cactus Jack. Yeah,
He was all
Mankind
over
was
the
like
cool.
place.
Kamala?
Cactus.
Dude, love.
Like Kamala?
Kamala. Yeah, I like Kamala. Yeah.
Hey, what about Rikishi? You know who Rikishi is?
The black dude.
Shout out to
Oh,
Rikishi.
Rikishi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rikishi.
Yeah,
Big
Damn,
ass
fuck your
motherfucker.
Rikishi.
Hey, and what's really funny is so I watched Rikishi when he was doing his thing, right? And now his sons are one of my son's favorite tag team wrestlers, the Usos. They're in the game, they're doing their thing. So it's like I always tell Tyson, I was like, yo, Rikishi, that's Rikishi's sons, you know. And that's the other thing that's really dope about wrestling. And I think that is kind of the correlation of why it's always been dope with me. It's like a family thing.
Hey,
Like
Rick,
what
did
you
you
don't
say
realize is
Rikishi or
that, like,
Rikisha?
Ooh.
we going there?
Is that an X name? Is that an X?
Damn.
That's
The one that
an
broke
X.
You
Rick's
know,
heart.
the one time I realized that
Ah, here you go.
Shots fired.
wrestling was kind of somewhat real is when that dude died, right? Because I think they were trying to do a stunt.
Yeah.
What's that?
That was Owen Hart.
Owen Hart.
Hard.
Yeah, it's
Owen
like
Supposed to
Hart,
come down.
yeah.
He was supposed to come down off a zip line, and the zip line broke. Yeah, and then his head hit the turnbuckle, snapped back, and it was a wrap at a live event. Yeah, that's the
It's still
unfortunate
inherently
end.
is dangerous. You know what I mean? Like those dudes are actually athletes because those
I was-
maneuvers they do,
Right.
you have to be trained to be able to do that stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna wreck yourself or wreck somebody else.
You have to learn how to take the bumps correctly. You have to learn how to do the moves so you don't hurt the other person. I mean, you said it. Look, in the rest in tonight's main event, there are two guys, Edge and Daniel Bryan, who both came back from serious neck injuries, and they were supposed to be, career ending. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he stopped because he got a DDT, which you come down on your head, but you're supposed to be between the guys like knee pads as they come down, and the knee pads are supposed to hit so your head doesn't hit. It didn't execute perfectly, hit his head, effed up his spinal cord. And that's a
David said
wrap.
Kurt Angle was one of his favorites. One of
Shout out to
started
Kurt
the
Angle.
DDT? Who started
Another-
the DDT?
Jake
Who?
the Snake. Jake the
Jake the
Snake.
Snake.
Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah.
Ravishing
Yeah.
Rick
Shout out to
Rude, y'all
Kurt
like him too or what?
Ravishing
man.
Rick.
Bro, my name
That
was
dude
Rick,
was
and he was
comedy.
ravishing Rick Rude. Are you kidding me?
Get that.
That dude was comedy.
We still do that now.
He'd bring a woman up and kiss a woman and she passes out.
And then he'd be
Before every
dancing,
match.
swinging his hips all in their face. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is crazy.
I got a
Like,
question.
now you catch a case. You catch a case.
Yeah.
Now you do that.
Has anybody
Yeah, wait.
tried like any moves like on your little brothers or cousins?
I'm sure
or-
my
Yeah,
All
man,
day.
everybody's getting pile
All
drive,
day.
DDT,
All day.
Or leg lock,
Suplexes,
everything.
suplexes, man, suplexes.
I'm sure I
Exactly.
suplexed Renee once or twice.
Yeah, I'm sure that happened.
Yeah.
The box and then wrestle, do all kinds
So
of
that's
stuff.
what
He
it
didn't block
is, Renee.
it with his
That's
leg?
what it is.
Yeah,
Leg
he bullied
drops.
He
me.
didn't block it with his leg.
Leg drops.
leg
Leg
drop.
drop.
You getting all that?
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Everybody
wrestling
came
was
off
the
the top
best.
rope
Rolling
on
everything.
Yeah.
Yo, all right, so let me ask this question and we'll move on. If you guys were a wrestler, you'd create your own wrestler, right? What would your stick be?
Oh,
My
geez.
nickname?
Yeah, your
Sure.
nickname. What's like do you have like a finisher? Like, what would your persona be?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. That's a good
I
one.
don't know. I would have to give that some thought.
Well, right now is the perfect time.
I would come in like karate, the drunken style. Though I come in with a drink in my hand.
Bruce
I'm somebody
Leroy?
down there putting
Nah,
that-
he's talking about like drunken master. Drunken
Yeah,
master.
Drunken Master.
I'm like,
I
yeah,
like that. That's a
yeah.
good one, man. That's funny.
Could y'all
Come in there with a
imagine?
40 with a brown bag, come up in there, like, put my drink down. Right outside, come up in there, slam
Take the
somebody,
Scully
take a
off.
sip.
Look at that.
Come back, come
He coming in
back.
straight from Skid Row.
That is too funny.
Yeah, all ashy.
Use the bottle as his weapon.
That is too funny.
Oh, man.
Anybody else?
Wow.
Y'all don't know?
What about you, Rick? What would your persona be?
Yeah, what's your
Sure you
thing?
thought about it, Rick. I'm sure you thought about
I
it.
got one.
Well, it's
Rainbow-
funny because
rainbows
we
and
play
booty
wrestling
holes.
I'm
games.
probably coming
No,
as
no,
the
no, I
Latin
got one.
lover.
I got
I'm coming
one.
as
I got
Latin
one.
Go
lover.
ahead, KD.
I would come in every episode, every show. I come in with a suit on, got my tie, the whole deal, pull my jacket off and go beat that ass. And then my finishing move would be like I would call it the bankruptcy and like just choke that nigga out or some shit.
It's like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
And I would be his manager like Bobby Heenan. I'd be behind him like, you just can't get him. That's
Exactly.
what I'd
But
be.
this
I'd
dude
be
about to
his
get the
manager.
bankruptcy. Just choke him
Yeah.
out.
You
Yeah.
guys will be known as the accountants or what?
Done right there. PK that
The accountant.
The
accountant.
Taxes due, motherfucker.
Hey yo, Bills. Hey yo,
Pretty
Bills.
dope. That's pretty dope, man.
Bill collector?
Pretty dope.
Yeah, the bill collector.
Bill collector.
I'm coming in as
company
a
of the
Jehovah
IRS,
Witness.
man.
I'm knocking on.
Hey, you know,
people's
Bobo
doors.
coming as the engineer right there. Tell him, Bobo, you come in as the engineer straight up.
Right?
Something like
Everybody's
electric
using their
sheet.
jobs.
Exactly.
Right?
Eddie
You
coming
know
as
how
the pole
Bob would do.
climber.
Bob would
I'm
come
coming
in,
in
give
as
you
a
two, and
lineman.
then be up on the
No, the
outside.
pole
Bob'd be a
I'm
climber.
gonna
great
shock
manager.
you.
Eddie coming in as the pole climber.
Uh-oh.
Because
You talking about everybody's jobs.
Oh.
Your finishing routine would be the shocker.
You know I love you, bro. You know
That's
I
right.
love
The shocker would be my finisher.
He'll give you the shocker.
Yep.
Yo,
That's my finish him move.
That's the finish.
The shocker.
Hey, no,
I'm calling
people
it
would
the
tap out
shocker.
before. They're like, nah, tap out. People would tap out before. They wouldn't even get it.
Yeah,
Tap out before.
I'm out.
nah,
Like-
son. I would immediately go for the chair every time. As soon as I step in that ring, bam, just give him one. Just I'm out.
Eddie got
Oh,
wrestlers not even
man.
showing up to wrestle. Where's his opponent? No, he ain't with that.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I won't do
okay.
that kind of
Let me ask this: would you come in some like whitey tighty tights, or would you come in with like pants, or what?
Nah, it would be pants, man. It would be.
How would you come in?
I could. Yeah, it would have to be pants.
Yeah.
I've always created my wrestlers with pants and like a long pimp robe, hella shaft like, you know what I'm saying? And I had some vibes, and I was just, real mysterious. That's how we in the games, because we play the games, I probably put mixed people to his kids onto the games. We always play the games, so when we create them, that's literally how my guys always look.
You had your guy coming in looking like Fly Guy from
pretty much. Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yes. Yes, I did with some stacks on. Yeah. And honestly, hey, look, that's what I grew up on. My persona would always be a pimp. It would, and I bitch slap the hell out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? That would be.
You would always go to
who was the guy that would come in with the whole train? Remember that guy?
Yeah, that was the Godfather.
Oh, yeah, the Godfather.
The Godfather. That's right.
Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd come out with the hoe train. Now, dude, can you imagine that shit now? There's no way you can pull that off.
That's not
nowadays,
stereotypical or anything.
right?
I know.
It
It is what it is. All right, man. That's wrapped up, man. I appreciate y'all for playing.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all.
Let's move this on now. Fourth quarter bumper or dump it time. So let's kick this thing off. We had the NBA Basketball Africa League is debuting on May 16th. You with it or not?
Bump it.
Yeah.
I'm
all right.
Bump it.
I didn't even hear about that.
I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna watch of it because you probably don't get it too much over here in the US, but bump it.
Look, and hopefully that creates some revenue so they can, restructure some of the things that they have over there and provide more for the people.
I agree, 1,000%.
Yep.
Yes.
Are there any notable names behind this so far, or in that
The
league?
NBA, just the
Just
NBA.
the NBA.
Just the NBA, yeah. NBA right now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Kimbe or someone's behind that because the Kimbe is
Yeah.
pretty active in like things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Even when he was playing, he would donate a lot of money out there.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like a driving force behind it.
But do you think any NBA players that are currently in the NBA from Africa would transfer over?
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
Have you guys?
Absolutely.
I saw this thing the other day. Miami's team has 6 guys that are born in Africa or from Africa.
But you think they would go back there and play?
No.
No, I just think they would be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whether
yeah,
they,
yeah.
whether they're involved in camps and development, things of that nature, monetarily,
It's gonna be like a G League type thing, right? Not like a NBA league thing. Like I know NBA's behind it, but it's like a G League, right? Where you could see new talent.
That's what I kind of want to know. Is it like
actually no? I think it actually is more of like a league, but
Like a
specifically
European
designed
league, okay.
for the African nations. And the crazy thing is, this thing was actually supposed to start last year.
Oh,
So it was supposed to start March 13th of 2020, but it got shut down.
Yeah,
it got shut
Thanks,
down.
Gobert.
So
I said thanks, Gobert.
there's gonna be 12 teams. There's gonna be 12 teams, so pretty cool. And it's like a 26 game season for the first time around, and the finals are going to be held on May 30th. It says so.
That's awesome.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome for the African nation. For the African nation, Kumada Matata.
Thank you, Luda.
Damn you. You know what I'm saying?
Did you really have to go there, Luda?
Select a salam, Luda. Select a salam.
I think you even said it right, Luda.
Whatever. Hakuna Matata. You know what I'm saying?
Luda was like Hakuna Matata, African Bambata. Love you.
Yeah, right. Speaking of Africans,
much love.
All right.
Speaking of African-born athletes,
John Jones saying 8 to 10 million's not enough to fight Ngannou.
Bro,
right?
I don't know if
he's a smart man.
He's blowing it on all that coke that he's doing.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
He can get more.
Ngannou's a big dude, man.
He's huge.
He's got Jones outrageous.
Jones looks big now too.
Get that boy 15. Fine. 10's not enough. How about 11? Is that enough? That good? 11?
He's going to have to figure out what the price is. I think also
like
what we just saw happen to Conor McGregor plays a part in this, right? Because McGregor had a little bit of a layoff, and John Jones had a layoff between fights. And when you come back and you fight somebody of that magnitude, who's
I
that
don't think
dangerous.
I don't think it's
Right.
the layoff that's stopping McGregor from being great again. I think it's the $100 million that he's sitting on from the Mayweather fight.
I mean, that may
It's
be
hard to
it,
get
too.
out of your silk pajamas and go run at 4 in the morning when you're sitting on
Yeah.
$100 million.
Yeah.
Not for me to take
Well,
some punches to the eyeball when I got that much money.
100. But I'm just saying, yo, that's got to be in the back of their head, right? Like, yo, I came back, like, because he came back and he fought a dude that he beat before, and still caught them hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
That's what I'm
John
saying.
Jones, as great as John Jones is, I'm not
Okay.
putting John Jones and McGregor on the same level. I think John Jones is much, or John Jones is much better. But there's still, I mean, you fight. This dude's called the Nightmare for a reason. Some people have monikers that they don't necessarily fit. This dude fits all of that, and
He's
I would.
lost before, though. I mean, he's lost before.
True, he has,
It's
but we all
possible to
take
lose.
L's, and that's what John Jones
The
is trying
thing
to
is,
protect.
he looked real average after he lost to Stipe, right? After he lost to
Yeah.
Stipe in that first fight, his next
Yeah.
fight was piss poor. So I think that kind of messed things up for him. But I don't know. I think
Hey,
John
th-
Jones wants 15 mil plus.
It doesn't matter. Everybody's got stimulus money. UFC. Dana White's going to make this happen. He'll get his
Oh,
money.
yeah. They said
But this
John
fight's gonna
Jones had a conversation with him, and I guess the conversation went well. John Jones put that on Twitter.
That was an April Fool's
Okay.
joke.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was April 1st.
Oh, damn.
Got you.
always
Got me.
always,
Got him.
always
Yeah.
getting fooled up. Always getting fooled up.
All right. Hey, so we talked a little bit about it earlier when we were touching on the draft. Sam Darnold got traded to the Panthers.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts, man? I mean, what's that?
Bump that. Anyone that leaves Adam Gase, they get way better. Bump that. Adam Gase, you should never have a job in the NFL again.
I
Here's
don't love it.
I don't either,
Either.
because here's the other side of it is like you just went last year to go get Teddy. So what is
Yeah.
the intent? So
That's
if
disrespectful, man.
I mean, maybe if his position is just going to be
Is Teddy that good?
the backup guy, or let those two dudes compete.
He's just coming back from injury.
No, but is he
I-
that good before? Was he that good to you?
I
I
think
think,
so.
I think he had potential. I think
He
had
did
a lot
well,
of.
he
I
did
think
well
so.
when he was with the Saints.
I think he had a lot of
I think
potential.
I think Teddy was good enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was a backup at the Saints, so okay, he did well as a backup. It's a lot of backups come in and do good for a few games. That happens all the time.
But they paid him though. So that's the issue.
Yeah.
That's my issue with that one.
yeah,
They
he's got
paid Teddy.
guaranteed. They said 10 million guaranteed this year, no matter what. He's getting paid.
Yeah.
So
Teddy.
that's where that's kind of suspect to me. So I mean, if you just paid this dude 10 mil and you still went and traded for another quarterback, a starting quarterback off another team, then that speaks volumes to me. If I'm Teddy P,
Yeah.
I'm
Teddy,
gonna be
I'm sorry,
honest
They
with
Teddy P.
probably
Teddy,
don't have faith in him to coach there, I'm assuming, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
Teddy stay hurt too, so that's another
True.
thing that's a problem, right? Like if he
True.
didn't get hurt as much, they might not have to do this.
But-
give that
but-
man something. Give
Well,
that man
we-
something to work with, so he doesn't have to overextend.
Because
Extend
Jimmy
himself, 'cause
G,
Teddy was still
Jimmy
running
G
from his
stays
life.
hurt. That's why we drafted a quarterback because he stays hurt. He stayed not even able to play a whole season, not even half the season.
Yeah.
Let's talk talent for talent real quick. Is Teddy more talented than Darnold? I say yes.
I think
I
so.
think so.
I would say.
I say yes.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
It's arguable. That's
I
arguable.
don't. I won't say. Well, are we talking just like full on like he runs faster and talent like that? Yeah. fine.
I'm
No.
just saying.
If we're talking
No.
about football talent, I don't know if he's
I'm
more
saying
accurate.
take all the
What have
intangibles
you
into
seen?
consideration.
I
Yeah,
don't
what
think
have
we've
you
seen
seen from
enough. I
Darnold?
don't think we've seen enough from Darnold. He hasn't just.
Right.
Exactly.
He got
Right.
fucked from
He
the
got a
time he got
shitty
into
team.
the
He went to a
into the
shitty
league.
organization.
Yeah, but
I mean, that
but
does
I mean,
matter.
I don't know. I
Ask
still might
Matthew
go with Teddy
Stafford.
because Teddy, when he was with the Saints and he had to step in, fuck, he was good. Looked real
Yeah,
good.
I don't know,
Good
man.
job,
Look. I'm gonna just say this. Y'all
Who's
know I had to
who's
get
the
this
starting
bag,
wideouts
and I'm out.
for Carolina?
No. All right, go ahead.
Robbie
who's-
Anderson.
Anderson's one.
Robbie Anderson. And
Okay,
No,
let's-
Anderson's not there. Anderson's not there.
What you,
More.
you
Anderson's
said? Robbie
not there.
Anderson's not there.
See, DJ Moore.
And I
Who's the
think
next
Robbie
one?
Anderson.
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis
No,
Samuel. That's
Rob-
number
So
two.
does-
Those two are
He
two.
got traded to Washington, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are
okay.
Samuel
two
went to Washington. I
B
believe.
and B plus wideouts, right? So what we're gonna see is once both of those quarterbacks do touchdown, we're gonna say what's what because they are dealing with the same level of talent that they have to be compared against. If you had Teddy
Oh no,
Bridgewater,
hey, you guys are right. Anderson is with
Anderson's
with
still
Carolina,
there.
but
Yeah, I know he is.
remember he was also with the Jets when Darnold was there,
Yeah, I know.
so they could have that connection still.
and Robbie Anderson sucked when he was on the Jets. You know why? Because Adam Gase was there, and he sucks.
what's,
Yeah, why you hating on that?
you hate Adam Gase.
Hey, have you seen
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill since he left Adam Gase?
What?
Facts.
Have you
Did
seen
he get
Ryan
hired by
Tannehill
the
since he left
49ers?
Adam Gase? Huh?
Tannehill looks nice.
Yeah, he looks a lot
I
better.
think Gase just got hired
Robbie
by the
Anderson's
49ers.
way better on the Carolina with Teddy
I look at it
Bridgewater.
this way. I think it's a competition, right?
Yep.
And Darnold's going to have more talent in Carolina than he did with the Jets.
So it's going to be a better apples to apples comparison. And then
Right.
what's going to shake out is if let's say they 8-10 million, so be it. But now they got their starter.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
realize that Darnold sucks.
You got McCaffrey. Yeah, I mean, you got McCaffrey. I mean,
He comes
name
back.
name the running back for the Jets the last couple of years. I mean,
And y'all know McCaffrey was out.
Le'Veon
last year,
Bell.
right? While you
Le'Veon
shitting
Bell.
on
Le'Veon Bell.
right. And how
Last
did that
couple
go?
of years?
Too.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
sucks.
And
trash.
how did that go?
Le'Veon Bell
So-
plays for the Chiefs.
Now he does, but he was on
Right.
the Jets and he was
Right.
terrible there.
And he got traded.
Horrible.
Probably because of
Well-
Adam Gase, though.
Well,
He
I
got
don't have a problem with any of it because every day we're competing for our job. So I don't care. Teddy's got to compete for his job.
Yep. Yep.
True.
Yeah.
I don't
True.
mind that
Next,
either.
what's the next one?
All right, Hubert Davis, also mentioned earlier. Bob brought it up. Hubert Davis hired
Yeah.
as the next coach at UNC.
Shout out to
Not
So-
them.
bad.
Yeah,
I like what NCAA is doing. They're bringing in alum and they're giving chances to new faces, and I like
Right.
that.
But I mean, he was also the assistant for like 9 seasons with.
He was learning for 9 seasons. So I think that's going to play a part. Obviously, recruiting at first I think will be a little difficult because he's dealing with the greatest basically in Coach K. He's going up against that, and with Roy Williams. Why are you thumbing down Coach K?
No, I'm thumbing down UNC.
That's your guy.
That
Coach
timing
K's,
wasn't
Coach, K,
perfect.
Co-
But all
Coach,
right,
K's, Coach K, you're the best. Duke
Yeah.
all the way.
But I think that's going to be a little bit. But I think that's where MJ, I think James Worthy, I think a bunch of Vince Carter, I think other alums are going to help step in. I don't really know the NCAA rules behind those guys, like to what level that they can help recruit. But I think that all helps. And from a coaching and X and O's standpoint, I think Hubie's going to be able to get it done.
I'm always a proponent of bringing in guys who are part of your program in the past in the college and the pros to run the
Yeah.
front office and to run the coaching because I think that they have a more vested interest in the success of the team rather than
100.
the dollars.
I agree.
100.
I agree with that.
So how do you think
All
they're
right.
going to do next year?
I think they'll make the
They still
tournament.
got to deal with Duke. They still got to deal with Duke. I think they're the class of Duke and North Carolina are the class of the ACC.
Yep.
Historically, I know they have some ebbs and flows, but they're always going to be the Blue Bloods.
I think.
And
Yeah, I think
top
that
of
the
the table.
up and comer though in the ACC is Florida State.
Florida State, yeah.
Florida
they've
State
been
is-
there. Yeah.
Shut up, B.
They've been coming on. They've been coming on. Really, the
And-
last 4 or 5 years.
I mean, I think
Really.
recruiting is going to go fine for him. Like, it's still North Carolina.
Right,
Everyone that goes or is like, into college, they know who he is. Obviously, he's been there for 9 seasons. So I don't think it's going to change much. He'll get his, 5-star recruits and he'll have 2 or 3 of them and there'll be a solid team.
Let me ask you this: was Roy Williams the reason kids went to North Carolina, or was it because
I think
Jordan
so.
went there?
I think it's
Well,
partially
I
that
think
because
part of it,
Because,
yeah,
Jordan, because Jordan, right? So
No, but
they don't need the
but
coach.
Coach Roy Williams has a legacy, my guy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So that's
I
definitely
know-
a part.
I
To
know
play
who
for Roy
is,
Williams,
sir.
yeah, that's
He didn't win in
that's-
Kansas. He didn't win in Kansas.
That's fair.
The,
Right.
the point is, he
He
still
did
had
well
legacy.
in Kansas, though. He
He definitely did well.
He did
But
well.
he didn't win though.
Yeah.
Nick, it's
It's
basically
just,
what
it's
it
just
is.
different. It's different when you know that you've seen league products of his do decently well. Then that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? You got to think long term. A lot of these guys are still actually. I think isn't the one and done rule done this year?
Maybe they're still working on it.
Yeah.
No, well, now they have that. You can opt and you can go play overseas in the pros
Oh, yeah.
instead of going, and that's
Right.
what's diluting the college basketball talent pool. That's why college basketball
Right.
isn't nearly as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part
but
of
there
I
are-
think
there's-
part of that
there's
is
a
part of
few-
it that people just don't
It's
stay
still
as
good
long
and more
anymore.
exciting.
I'll say this though, that the G League or whatever they're calling it, right? It's screwed over a few young guys already after this first year. So some
Like
of
they
those
didn't get
guys,
playing time or what to get
No,
like
so some of these guys are being like, hey, come over here. We're going to do this for you. We're going to, get you some money to get yourself going and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. And then shit's just not happening. It's not moving forward. They're not, versus like the kid who originally signed to play for UCLA, Deshaun Nix, right? The point guard. He opted out and decided to go to the G League, right? Shit just hasn't worked out for him at all. Like he barely gets any minutes, shit like that. Like
maybe he's not as good as
well, yeah, but
there's some
playing
grown
against
men in the
grown
G
men.
League. That's the other thing
Right,
they gotta
that's-
remember. There's grown men in the G League. that are trying to
Exactly.
make
And
it.
they're
So-
playing for their spots. They're getting paid, so
Right.
it's hard.
right. And so I think some of these young guys who they're being recruited to go play in the G League now. So that's the one thing that the college basketball game is having to deal with. There's guys that are literally recruiting some of the top talent to try to get them to just go to the G League for the 1 year, and it's not panning out. And so some guys are now starting to rethink that. So I think you're going to see some guys go, screw it, I'm going to go to college for 1 year, especially after just seeing how the tournament went, right? The college game, guys moved up big time. Their draft status has moved up because of how they played in the tournament. You're not getting any draft status when you've already signed to go to the G League. There is no draft for you moving forward. You're already considered a professional.
Which is true, but as long as these guys have the opportunity to make money right now and still be eligible for the draft in a year, they're all the top talent, or the majority of the top talent is going to opt to go that route versus college basketball.
Right, but I just look at a guy like this, like
right. We saw LaMelo in college though for 1 year. That's my point.
But you get more exposure in college than you do in the G League. The G League, how many people have watched the G League game?
I haven't watched
as opposed to watching a college basketball game.
Right.
And the same thing. I only watch the tournament. I would say the majority of people are more like me who watch less college basketball, more of the tournament, than who are like you, Bob, college basketball aficionados.
Right. But I guess the other thing that I'm saying though is like the kid Nix, right, was talented. Everybody knew who he was as he was being recruited to go to college. Now he's fallen off the face of the earth. Yeah, he signed a contract, but the contract was small. Right. Versus you see like a guy like Suggs from Gonzaga, who's a 19-year-old freshman. Dude, he's going to be, probably in the top 5 drafted, if not maybe even number 1 in the draft. And it's because of the exposure,
visibility,
people get to see you, visibility. People see you. You get attached to players, right? From the college game as they move into the pros. You're not going to get that coming from the G League. So you ran there to get some money, but the money may not be there moving forward after your first little stint with the G League.
How much more diluted will it get when they start letting people go straight out of high school again?
You can, I guess you could look at it as you could have the Kwame Browns of the world, or you could have the LeBron Jameses of the world and the Kobe Bryants, right? It's hit and miss even on that stuff. Look at how many guys didn't have the big time careers that everybody thought they were going to have.
I don't know how many guys fell out of that came out of the NBA or high school.
What's that?
I don't know how many of them were not big hits and that came out of high school.
There's quite a few.
I mean, you got Kwame Brown and Andrew Bynum?
And Bender. To your point, Renee, I think because they're more selective and those guys are so much better, your success rate of guys coming out of high school going straight to the pros is better than the ones that don't end up panning out.
Yeah,
because
I hear you. They would basically be number 1 through 5 recruits in college. That's how good they are. That they're just
right.
Straight.
Right. And in many instances, most of these guys are just man-childs, right? In high school, you see them on the court, and they're like, men amongst boys.
Zion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Zion could have been one of those guys. He didn't have to go to college. He could have come straight to the pros.
I completely agree with you. A guy like Zion definitely could have, for sure. But looking back, and you see LaMelo, right? LaMelo obviously is doing some things, right? But he had to go and get seasoned help. I mean, I don't know if he would have been able to come straight out of high school and do what he's doing right now.
No,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it's hard to say, but
he might have.
But I mean, you had like T-Mac, you had like J.R. Smith, you had a lot of Jermaine O'Neal. All of them had pretty solid careers to where coming out of high school, it just seemed like it would have dilute.
Well, I think part of the issue though was, but back then a lot of times there was only like 1 or 2 guys that were doing it. Then you started to get stretches where it was like 4, 5, 6 guys were all trying to go to the draft as coming straight out of high school, and some of those guys just weren't making it. And I think that's why they turned around and said, let's calm this down, make them go to school for at least 1 year, and see what happens. But
and with that, real quick, I just want to say, I thought, and it's because 2019, I read an article that Adam Silver was talking about removing that rule. That has stalled, but they have re-upped those talks so that hopefully by next year, the one and done rule is gone. And so basically you have to be 18, to be eligible again. So we're going to be touching on this subject again in about a year.
Absolutely.
Real quick, my last thought on this really quick, and I don't want to spawn a debate, but we want to focus on the hypocrisy of that rule in general, because at 18 you can go overseas and fight for the country, but at 18 you can't come in and if somebody's gonna
can't go earn a living.
Don't let me unpack that from 80 billion.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to put that out there.
Y'all know me. Come on,
man.
Rick
You want to see an 18-year-old playing football, playing pro football with some of these men?
I don't know if a 19-year-old
don't get drafted.
He can handle it.
Don't get drafted. They won't draft him.
No, I don't think an 18-year-old. I don't think an 18-year-old could handle football. That's different.
There's some 18-year-olds that can.
I was gonna say those are rare. Those are very rare cases.
Yes.
Yeah, rare cases. Yeah, I think so.
I can't. It'd be hard for me to see an 18-year-old.
They're built differently.
No. I still disagree. I think the physicality in football, like the to get to the level, an elite level in NFL, even if you at the bottom rung, you still in the NFL. A man at 18 years old, because I'm gonna call him that at 18. His physical attributes still have not peaked yet. So he has not had the ability to put on the muscle mass that's probably required to play in that sport.
There's 7 billion people on this planet. You're telling me there's not 1 or 2 or 3 18-year-olds that could play in the NFL? Are you telling me that?
The exception still makes the rule because at that point,
that
those 2 or 3 still it's still the risk of those kids, those 2 or 3 that could physically do it. If let's say now you already know at 22, 23, 24, your potentiality to ruin your life because of the physical requirements of that game. At 18 years old, you've already ruined some 18-year-old kids rest of his life. No other way to earn outside of because he didn't go to college, right?
I would say
that's not healthy, dog.
There may be 1 or 2, Jamal. You may be right, and they may be playing like.
But the requirements of basketball are not nearly as strenuous as it is to the NFL. So you let's say you have the LeBrons, okay, and LeBron don't wind up panning out, right? Maybe he's physically built to it, but his game's not strong enough. He didn't study, he didn't do all these things. He's not going to get wrecked the way he would in NFL.
Well, that's why they have a combine and don't draft them.
KD, real quick.
KD. Thank you, KD.
KD and Bobble. So if your son was able to get drafted by the NFL because he's that talented at 18, would you allow him to do it?
Are you not listening, dude?
No.
No.
I'm hearing your argument, but if it was your kid, would you allow him to do it?
Absolutely not.
You gotta put him at freshman 15, dog.
There is a kid that could play in the NFL that's 18. I would say they would probably be playing like cornerback or wide receiver, but even then, I can't imagine.
It depends on the position.
He's still playing special teams. He
kicker. But what I'm saying is, I can't even imagine him. Imagine like
Derrick Henry running at an 18-year-old.
Long snap.
Go for it.
Kicker, punter. That's about what
I can't imagine like Derrick Henry running at 18-year-old.
How much bigger did you get from your senior year in high school to your freshman in college?
Who you talking to?
Rob.
Everybody, dog. You got to put on, dog. A freshman 15, dog. You're gonna put on 20 pounds when you graduate, dog. Just in life, general, with athlete or not.
Right.
You've becoming a man, dog. There's no way you're gonna go to high school and try to step.
Well, not only that, but I mean, how did you like? I know for me, when I graduated, I grew like another 2, almost 3 inches after turning 18. So
exactly, man. It's like man. You're gonna grow up, man. My dick got longer after I graduated. That's right. You know what I'm saying? You need some.
That definitely helps in the NFL. That helps. That helps towards the bottom of the
Oh man!
But you still gotta grow, man.
Hey.
Yeah,
all right,
man.
guys.
All right.
There's a couple of more on here, but we're gonna skip down to the last one because obviously this one went off during our texts during the week. ESPN letting Paul Pierce go. After his Instagram live post, bump it or dump it.
Play a Paul.
Dump it. They should at least. I kind of agree with Brian.
The thing is, you should know better, right? You should know better.
It don't matter if you know better, bro.
There's a couple of you guys here
is what you do on your off time. You're not out there.
But okay, look, you're representing the company too. You're represent. Look, if Brian, Jamal, or some of you guys that are in managerial positions, if you guys did something where you got caught even speeding or drunk driving and somebody filmed it, you're probably going to get fired. So, I mean, you should know better as the position that you're in, the notoriety that you get, you should know better. You have to act a certain way when it comes to a certain thing because we can all be let go. I mean, is it fair? No, you should be able to do whatever you want on your own time. But it's like, for example, when Obama went to a basketball game, right? And they were saying, oh, look, he's drinking beer. look, that's his off time. He should be able to do that, right? We all drink beer or have our vice that we do when we're at home and in our private time. And we have to be careful when we go out there and do certain things because it's held against you, unfortunately.
I just think he should have been suspended or like fined or whatever.
I agree. He should have been suspended.
You got to fire him.
But
I think the problem was he recorded it. Like, who cares if he's going to go to a strip club and do all that? I mean, that's fine, but recording it and doing all that. And not only that, but ESPN, they're a Disney-owned company. So Disney, that's a family thing. So they're not going to stand for
What do you
that.
mean Disney's a family thing? There's a fucking dildo on the cover of Little Mermaid back in the days. What's the problem?
Thank you.
All of a sudden we're a family thing? Stop that.
Hey, they put
Hold
the
on. First
Bachelor
of all, you're
and
saying that. You're
Bachelorette
saying that like they approved of that.
year.
They didn't approve that.
Oh, it just happened to randomly get skipped over?
It did. And
Or
there
that
was a
the
big
Pope-
old investigation
the
about
wait,
that.
that the
There was a
director
big
of
old
Little Mermaid has
investigation
the
about
director.
that.
But they didn't recall it. They didn't recall it. As
Well,
big
you
as Disney
can't
is,
now.
they
I mean,
they
you
can
can't at
recall
that
it.
point. You couldn't because it was already out.
I'm just saying that's not the only movie that Disney has some foul stuff on. We all
No,
know that.
but you're right.
Sure.
But they're a family-owned company, and they ain't gonna
Right.
put up for stuff like that. That's
The
all
bottom
I'm
line
saying.
is, as long as you're an employee, you gotta toe the line. So start your own
Exactly.
business. If you're an employee, you gotta toe the line.
Yeah.
That's why you can
On
talk.
your
That's why you
off
can
day-
talk.
Jamal,
shit.
it goes to the same thing as someone shouldn't be lose their career saying something foul.
I
That happens.
agree. I
You
agree
with
with
that.
you.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm telling you though, but he knew better than that. And Paul Pierce didn't give a crap. Why? Because he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let that be me and you. We're not doing that because we're not stupid. That was stupid on Paul Pierce. He was arrogant and it cost him.
Yep.
Well, I just want to say to your point. First off, I think one of the problems here is a lot of stuff doesn't belong on social media. Do whatever you do, but it just doesn't belong. Like that entire thing was stupid, and the way that he was doing, "Go on, girl," you know, what I'm saying, drop, like all that stuff. It was just like it was a horrible look for Paul Pierce, just on like a man level.
Let me just say this. What did we say earlier? Right when we were doing the cipher, somebody said the N word. Somebody said witches or whatever. And what was the first thing we said? Oh, we lost sponsors now, right? Because we all know that.
This ain't
Like
our
we should
time
be
if we trying
smarter
to do
than that.
something.
We should be smarter than Paul Pierce. We have some
Yeah.
strippers on here. Are we going to get sponsors? Probably never.
Maybe
So,
can't
I
believe
mean,
Well,
you
that
just-
part is weird.
Hey, might
Thanks a
get
lot, Roberto.
We might get some more followers though. I don't know. No
Well, we
sponsors.
might-
the other part
We,
that I
we
think
might
is
get
weird
some more
is,
stripper sponsors.
right?
Hey, deja vu.
y'all know Paul Pierce is married, right? Like he out here like he ain't married. Like that was like a private party. It was just real weird.
Hey, you know what? I couldn't even tell you if he was married because he was out. He didn't care about that either, obviously. So maybe
Exactly.
Yeah.
My man is
Cool with it.
married
Yeah.
with 3 kids, and I think
And I
2
think
more
what made
daughters.
what made it look even worse was after the next day, which
Yeah.
it didn't matter at all, but it looks worse because then he goes back on social media and says, "Fuck ESPN, you gonna fire me?
Yeah,
Fuck you guys."
right,
And it's
right.
like, oh, man.
Once
Wow.
again, he has FU money.
Well, he
Rick, I
got
think you made the
fired
best
already
point.
by that time.
yeah.
Rick,
Yeah.
you made the
Fucking-
best point.
fucking
Some things
PP.
just don't belong on social media. Like, why was he
Yeah.
filming? Some things just don't belong on social media. If
No,
you
they
weren't
don't.
there, then you didn't see it.
Nah,
The
I hear
end.
you. I agree with that. Like some things don't.
It was unnecessary. Paul Pierce, he's been a mark for a minute, man, and I don't care how somebody feels about that. Like he ain't right mentally. So I think this is just another example.
Está bueno.
And
You know,
I'm
yeah.
okay. I'm okay with it. Like ESPN could have let him go for a million different reasons. They didn't necessarily need that one. I feel like that was probably the last straw.
Yeah.
You know, if he was the Laker, would you feel the same way?
Yes.
If he was a
Yes.
Laker, he would
I
have
feel
to
the
be.
same way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
for the most part,
Rick's-
yeah. But
Rick's
Paul Pierce
right.
couldn't
Actually,
be a
when
Laker.
I first saw Paul Pierce on ESPN, I don't know, a couple years ago, or when he first joined, I was kind of like, they
Yeah.
got Paul Pierce. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yep.
He's never been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always
He's never been good on the show.
Weird.
And that was me
I
just
mean,
being. Look,
if we're gonna judge him on like how I feel on the show, fine. He wasn't that great. That's fine. But
No.
like I said, if I got fired on my off time because I was at a strip club or doing whatever I was doing, I'd tell him like,
I feel like that was the last straw.
you know what I mean?
That was
Yeah.
the last
Don't
straw.
film it.
Well,
Just don't
and
film
you,
it.
and you never
Don't film
know,
it.
you know, what happens behind the scenes, right? I mean, like Rick's saying, that could have been the last straw. Maybe he'd been talked to about other stuff.
Yeah,
that-
we don't
that
know
had
the
gone
whole
on.
backstory.
Right. But
Right.
anyways, all right, there was one more on here. I guess we can go to it. I think Rick, you may have added this.
Yeah, I
like,
put
last
it
second.
on here. If you want to save it for next week, that's fine. I don't care.
No,
You wanna
let's
talk
just
about
do
it?
it. Get
Yeah,
it
shoot
over
it.
with. So it's
Let's
All right,
do it.
so
KD no longer chasing human-made things.
yeah, so KD put this report out, y'all, and he
What?
said KD's always saying like, yo, I feel like him and Kyrie just had like a conversation, and then somebody, recorded this part, but he's like, I want to be a great basketball player. I'm not chasing some stuff that humans created in a ring or a gold ball. And I found that to be very interesting.
You are chasing that
stuff. That's exactly what
that's
you're
why
chasing,
he went to the Warriors.
Hey, so tell me this, Jamal.
So at the end of the season, if they win the championship, he ain't gonna.
He's handing it back.
He's not gonna hoist the fucking Larry O'Brien up.
It was man-made.
If I'm paying you hundreds of millions and you say that, like, bro, I don't even want you on my team anymore. You ain't chasing that, and that's what I'm paying you to chase.
There's only 5 guys that are like him on this planet so far. So he had leeway to say that.
For one of those 5 guys.
But there's only 5 guys like that.
It probably means that, like, look, my goal is to be the best player ever. Now, along with the rings and the championships, that comes along with that, being the best player. So
he can be the best player ever.
He can mean it that way. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to help him out. Okay,
he cries about crazy.
He cries.
I would just caution you guys. Don't take the bait and go down that rabbit hole. He's trying to lead you down a rabbit hole so we have stuff to talk about. That's some stupid stuff. That don't even make sense. So I wouldn't even put a lot of thought into that.
Let me just tell y'all, in this day and age of being woke, there's a lot of people out there who are woke, so to speak, and say some weird, wild shit. Like real wild shit. This is one of them. KD, I love you, man.
Stop saying shit.
Stop saying wild shit.
It's not our KD. The other KD.
And understand what I'm saying, that I'm not saying shut up and
our
dribble.
KD's trying to take you down rabbit hole as well. Just FYI.
Nobody's saying shut up and dribble.
Yo, when you see KD go,
saying,
I don't think, and his eyes roll back, you know what I'm saying? He's about to take you down the hole.
Yeah, he just needs to stop listening to Kyrie.
I'll never listen to that dude. I'll never listen to that dude.
I want to know what Michael Rappaport had to say after that came out. Like, oh my god.
Man, yeah, KD stays in the news for other things other than playing basketball. That's really was wild.
Well, like we talked about, he's Mr. Sensitivity, right? I mean, he's got some
feelings. He can't even beat the Lakers with no LeBron and no AD. Sorry,
that's what's wild about last night. Yeah, KD and Kyrie played. Joe Harris was playing.
Well,
Joe Harris
they had the rest of their entire squad. Blake Griffin was there. I mean, everybody.
Blake Griffin was there.
Yeah,
and they were talking about how they're 6-1. Blake Griffin, Aldridge was there. Little man,
too small for drumming.
Too small. You know what I mean? A lot of So
all right, man.
Them Clippers, Jamal. Your Clipper team.
All right, man. Here we go.
We'll see at the end, Renee.
I'm sending you a Clipper hat. I'm sending you one today.
Send it to him. Send it to him.
He who laughs last laughs the loudest, Renee. Remember that one. Write that one down.
I laughed last year when I won the championship.
Okay, remember that. Let's talk about this.
I remember that. That was in La La Land when
Grandma has a dick.
All right, guys. Let's move on. Shit. Fourth quarter. That's it. Bumper to dump. It's over. We moving into the overtime, and this week our boy Kenny Hands has the final word. Take it away, Ken.
I was reflecting, thinking about like all the rappers and all the different legends and athletes we've lost in the last few years, man. And it just always gives me pause because at the end of the day, man, life's so short. So what I was going to tell you and everybody else out there is like, give life your all. Don't hold nothing back. Don't have any regrets or as minimum as you can possibly have, and has many great memories as you possibly can have, because life comes at you fast and sometimes it's over before you know it. One of the things DMX said this week, I thought was really poignant, but it's almost prophetic at the same time. He goes, I could die tomorrow. And everybody was like, whoa. And, but the point was he was trying to make is, he said his final words were, I had a good life. And he said that in his interview well before his untimely demise, or, his life wind up ending. But I think at the same time, it's like he felt good about how his life ended at that moment. So I think we should treat every day the same way. Like, is our life did we get the most out of life while we had it? Did we give the most to the people around us while we could? My final goal, or my ultimate goal, is to be able to influence everybody around me and leave my legacy, whether that be through jokes, laugh, podcasts, whatever it happens to be. Did I make a mark on the world before I'm gone? DMX had the ability to do so, but we don't all have to be DMX. We can all just be ourselves and still do the same thing. So I think my final word is just make sure that you give your all to everything and everybody. And when you're gone, just like DMX said, man, just feel like you your last words could be, I had a good life.
Well done, Katie.
Very good. Very good, man.
Great job, sir.
Like that.
All right, guys. And with that, episode 49 is concluded. Thank you all for tuning in, checking us out live on YouTube.
Renee likes this
Keep
one.
it up.
Hey, press
And,
up for Black Rob. Hopefully he makes it out. He's looking messed up too right now.
Well, we all back next week for number 50, right?
Back
Every
next
single
week
one
for
of
number
them back
50.
there.
That's right, man.
5-0.
That's right. So again,
5-0.
thank you all for tuning in, and we out.
Peace.
We might